The triune of life is really important because it takes that intelligence. And what does intelligence do? It organizes, okay? And it organizes matter, but it has to have a force. There has to be something that is moving intelligence through matter. And that movement of intelligence through matter is under the coordination of the nervous system. And you'll notice that it's called the triune of life. Not the triune of how do you feel, not the triune of what's going better in your life. It's the triune of the big story called life. And do you know and do you believe that there is genius in you that you have not extracted quite yet? Well, of course you do. That's called potential. And that's why when I said the craziness is that there isn't this definition when you plug in human potential, that chiropractic doesn't pop up because you can't achieve the expression of human potential if you are subluxated. And the reason that we know that is that we've studied it to see that those who perform under a well-adjusted chiropractic state function differently in the efficiency of processing of their nervous system. The force, be with you, the force is very much measurable. Now, there's other forces that are associated. There's the mental impulse. There's relationships of how we coordinate in the full cycle of the expression. But here's what you need to know, is that in a very measurable way, that incredible certainty that you need. Look, when I started to not be a chiropractic patient, but then found my way back in, the only details that my chiropractor had was a static x-ray, was a full spine static x-ray that could confuse the whole intent to being towards scoliosis. And by the way, I use x-ray all the time in my practice. It's not about this or that. It's about knowing everything. In fact, one of the greatest chiropractic advocates and scribes within our profession, Fred Barge, who couldn't have been clearer about what chiropractic was, would do blood pressure on his patients, would have a stethoscope around his neck, not because he was worried for a second about emulating medicine, but because he wanted to have different tools to understand what life was looking like in someone who was subluxated and someone who was adjusted.